baggage is that we all have it. It's not whether you have baggage in your life or not. It's what you do with the baggage in your life that matters. This bag's pretty big. It represents my past. From within my past, it all starts from your childhood. And it even started before that. Notice what's on this. Is the apple. Where did it all start? All of our baggage, all the way back with Adam and Eve. This is where our baggage started as children. And, we're just trying to figure out life. We don't really know how to go through it. And our parents sometimes didn't know either. So they carried some baggage. And then what happens is they pass their baggage on to us. And it comes out, all of this comes out of my past, right? And so then I try to hide some of my baggage from my childhood. But all I end up doing is getting a bigger bag that's broken. I don't really know what to do with it. And as I try to deal with it, maybe I run across somebody who has the right intentions. And they come across and they say, hey, if you just get to know Jesus, he'll help you out with all of this. And sometimes they have baggage and they think just telling me that Jesus will solve all my problems will help me out. But I didn't really see Jesus. They just told me that there was a Jesus. And so what ends up happening is I take my baggage and I don't really know how to forgive people. I don't really know how to deal with the hurts. And I start shoving it in, and now my bag just got heavier. I got the Bible. I heard about Jesus. Now all of a sudden, I start having denial. And I want to get to Jesus. I know His Word would be good for me, but how do I get to it? It's burdened me. No one will talk to me about it. I'm supposed to be the strong person. I'm supposed to lead my family. How can I do it? How can I get to this baggage? And then all of a sudden, words come along. People don't mean to hurt us, but they have baggage of their own. Maybe they tell you, you're stupid. You're an idiot. You're a mistake. If this would have not just happened, my life would be so different than your friends. And all of a sudden you just continue to pile on baggage after baggage. And you start getting loaded down. And then you sin a little bit. They say sin is good for a season, but for me, that bag, it just kind of seems like a picnic. It seems kind of fun. I could wear that baggage for a little bit, right? It's no big deal. Just walk in the park, I get over it. After that season's by, it seems to be going okay. But along the way, I hurt somebody. And I tried to dump my pain on them. And all I ended up doing was piling on more baggage on myself. And it starts to shift, and it's so uncomfortable, and I don't know how I can get free of it. So then I have a family, my wife, and we start having kids, and I didn't really deal with my past. And so now as a man, I'm supposed to be a provider, right? So let me just bury myself into work. Because if I can do that, that's where I'll get some identity. I get some immediate gratification, you know. Dan told me I did a great job. I didn't hear that when I come home. So now all of a sudden work just becomes another burden for me. And my kids need me, my wife needs me, and I still have the baggage of my past. What do I do with it? How do I get free from it? And my parents. And all of a sudden now, I start going to church, but it's pretty cool. It's nice. I'm glad that Jesus is there for me, and I really do believe He saved me from my sins, but I don't have anyone to talk to about my baggage. You know, because I don't really hear anyone talk about that stuff. It seems as if other people have baggage in their life too, but you would never know it. Church just seems like it's become a don't ask, don't tell. Everything seems to be like it's okay. It's like my daughter was really ill lately, and we had to go to the ER twice. And it would be like me rushing into the ER with all my baggage and say everything's okay, it's good, it's cool. Why are you in the ER? Oh, you know, it's just what you do. You know, you come and show up to the ER. It's a place where you help people sometimes, right? And so I was doing life, and I still had all this baggage. And then there's that one. My sin, my secret sin. The thing that I don't know, how do you share with somebody and they don't judge you? How do you say, no, can you help me with my baggage, man? I don't know what to do. And we all know that, you know, it says live life and life more abundantly that He's promised us, but I don't know about you, but this doesn't feel like abundant life. This feels like bondage and pressure, and I don't know what to do with it all. But then He said, come to me. My words inserted here. All of you with your baggage, and I will give you rest. And you know what He does? He takes it. And He sheds it off. And His word, I can now easily get to, and it's accessible. And sure, the enemy will try to remind me of my bags. But now the difference is I have a brotherhood around me. And I have people that can call out and speak into my life and tell me, you're not guilty anymore.
Amen.
He's taken it. He's taken it. And you know what? You don't have to fight alone. I'm here with you. I'm here for you. And church, what I wanted to share with you is to give you a visual of this is Wild at Heart. This is what it does. It takes the baggage of your past. I was the guy who continued to try to deal with my baggage on my own. Notice he tried to bury it. It showed back up. You know, I tried to suppress all the things in my past. I'm like, you know what, I'm over it. It's good because it's not impacting my life. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, why were you yelling at the kids for something that really wasn't all that important? Why did you not just help your wife with that argument that they were just having? Why are you the silent Adam all over again, Chip? He stood there while Eve took the apple and ate it. He was there. It said she gave it to him. It didn't say she went home and said, Adam, here you go. He was there, and he did nothing. He was silent. And while the heart will call out you out of the silence, out of the isolation, it will call you into a place to where you all of a sudden are the man that God's called you to be for your family. You know what? The enemy will attack your beauty. He will attack women. But he wants to destroy men because if he can, he knows then he will break the woman even further. The statistics that Gary was sharing with you, the enemy removes the man from those situations. Who's carrying the burden and the load? The wife. The mom. Right? While the heart will instill within you that call from your life, which is to not be in silence and not to isolate you and call you out of solitude. He told us the first thing to do was to be fruitful and multiply. Well, how do you be fruitful and multiply into your family and into the workplace unless you're involved, unless you're there? And there's a difference between being there and being there. And that's what this calls you out of you. It also will relate to Scripture to you. You know, it tells us to do what Jesus did. Actually, Jesus' own words were, truly, truly. How many times, you know when he says something twice, it's really good news. He said, truly, truly, I tell you, you will even do greater things than I have done. This is Jesus saying, you're going to do greater things than I did.
That's right.
But do we live life that way? I sure didn't. I sure didn't. You know, the difference between going through life isn't that you're through all the hard or being saved, isn't that you're still not going to have battles and trials and tribulations. It's the fact that you know now how to fight those battles. You know now what to do in the battle. And you know how that you have warriors around you that you can call upon that will lift up you and your family. That's the difference. Now you can do the greater things. Now you can do those things that are called out of your life to do and to be prosperous. So I encourage you, he told us in the very beginning that he made us in his image. So all those lies and the baggage from the past, it's just what they are. You're made in his image. That means you're not made inferior, you're made superior. And you are told by Jesus himself that you can do even greater things than he did. How you do that is by surrounding yourself and staying out of isolation. Band up with your brothers arm in arm. Have somebody there to help you fight the battle and get rid of your baggage. We call it the wound, right? And without you addressing the wound, you can't do the other things. You can try to bury it. You can try to suppress it. You can try to ship it off. That's the illustration I actually used with the men when I was going through it. I said, you know what? I put that in a one-way package, and I shipped it off. It kept showing itself back up, though, just like in the video that you watched. It just kept kind of appearing at different times in different places. Why? Because I suppressed it, but I didn't remove it. And when I lay it at the feet of the cross, just like he realized at the end, it disappears. And these men want to help that happen. So I want to thank you guys for inviting us to your church. It's a true honor. And we'll turn it back over to you, brother.